EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway here on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Man who played collegiately nearby in Athens for the Bulldogs, James Cook, calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right, you're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard
line. Looking to put a drive together. Penix working out of the gun here. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here we go. Viking 18.
On 1st down, it's Benson. He'll get this to about the 38. The Falcons are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself at an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
And looking to throw, Penix. Able to find his man, Kraft. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, To have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Now Penix. Open man here is Benson. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. A give up the middle with Benson. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
And that's a run that will energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Here's Penix. He finds his man complete. That's Benson. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Trey Benson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And we'll find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and make the offensive move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
They run again on first down. Cook. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd and a couple. They run it again with Cook. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
This time they'll throw it. Here's Purdy. Now he's going to step up and run. That's into the hands of Pearson on the right side. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown, Washington. Michael Pittman, his first touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
They run over center with Benson. And taken down just shy of the 40. It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
4 yards on the pickup.
These two teams all tied after 1. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. On the handoff, Benson running right. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To the air, Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 44-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Shotgun snap and a give to Benson. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 9. Looking to throw, Penix. He finds his man, complete. That's Benson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So the completion good for 7 there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll throw with Penix. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Roman Wilson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. Now Purdy. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Big yardage that time for Washington. 42 yards.
They scored their touchdown earlier, and this had a chance to be another. This secondary scrambling for answers, looking at each other, trying to figure out who is going to put the clamps on this guy, because right now he's absolutely shredding them.
And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now 2nd and 9. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Purdy now to throw. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here. Purdy. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Out of the gun, Purdy. Wide open receiver complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 yards the pickup. First down, Washington. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Yes, sir.
Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Back to throw, Purdy. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. Well, when you time those screen passes perfectly, they can work perfectly, but that time it took a little too long to develop.
And you zeroed in on exactly what makes that play go. Timing. Because if the timing's off at all, those unblocked defenders coming at the quarterback, they'll put him on the deck.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Here's Ryan Fitzgerald to try the field goal. On the right hash, officially, this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Open man is the rookie from Auburn. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's second down.
At the Commanders' 28-yard line.
Hawk 70.
Throwing again, Penix. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9.
A gain of 19
That puts him in
yards.
excellent position. First and goal after a gain of 19.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
70, triple, Dragon 60. Take it to him. 19, Lion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal.
19, Tiger. 19, Tiger.
Penix to the air once more. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Oh, he's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Keandre Lambert-Smith with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Falcons have retaken a third quarter lead.
The kicker on.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good to make it 21-17.
Makes the score Falcons 21, Commanders 17. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And a loose football. And the Falcons grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Boy, a rough time for a turnover there. They give it away on their first possession in this second half.
And what makes it worse, Brandon, is that they've already given away the lead in this quarter on the touchdown drive a minute ago. Now they run the risk of really falling behind unless their defense can bail them out a little bit. They'll be cheering for them hard from the sidelines.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Another run here with Benson. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
Trap 60. Ready? 70 Timberwolves. Buffalo 18.
Out of the gun. They look to throw. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
18, Pioneer. 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
They'll go for it. Here's Penix. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Antonio Johnson. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 13 yards there and a Washington first.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know that's easier said than done. When the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. Throwing here, Purdy. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. They go play action here. Purdy. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
They need 18 yards here on third down. Purdy looking to throw.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter, and the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
70 Lions.
They'll go again with Benson.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Cowboy 80.
Now Penix. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Riggs. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Here's Penix. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
This offense so far on third down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
And looking to throw, Penix.
And this one is incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Purdy. They're looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Falcon defense has a touchdown. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one, each with a pick six today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tilt the balance in their favor?
Point after here coming up. And that one pushes the lead up to 11.
Makes the score Falcons 28, Commanders 17. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Nyheim Hines now out of his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Looking to put a drive together. Fresh off that pick six, here's Purdy. He's got Slayton on the slam. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. A good start there on this fourth quarter drive. They need more of what we just saw.
Down a couple of scores. There's still time. All right, it's not like they're totally out of it, but they have to score quickly, and they're going to need some big-time plays, chunk plays, explosive plays. They need yardage on each snap.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down. Purdy. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
Get set. Get set. 18.
Purdy, big fourth down play. That's complete to Pearson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Washington.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Purdy sets up to throw again. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
But sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes.
A loss of 7 yards. It's second down.
Here's Rodgers. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on third down.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. A handoff here to Benson. And a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 50 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
First down, right back to Benson. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Trey Benson with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Commanders 17. Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, They've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook.
And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that will force a turnover on downs. On the give, it's Benson. 98 yards rushing for him in the ballgame now on 14 carries. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed, like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Here we go. 70 Lions.
And they'll indeed take a knee. Somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed in intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for Atlanta, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.